Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to the channel. It's your boy, World of Wrestling, here today to report on WWE Summerslam 2023 review. This was a very, very solid pay-per-view, very entertaining from top to bottom. There are some things here and there that I didn't particularly care for, and I'll get into them. So let's kickstart the review, shall we? First match on the card was Logan Paul versus Ricochet. This was actually a very entertaining matchup, solid matchup overall. To kickstart the show, did exactly what it needed to do, and it got that crowd excited as fuck. Excuse me, I apologize. The match, I'm going to give it a 3.5 out of 5 stars. I would have given it a 4 had they not had Logan Paul win by a dirty finish. But in the same sense, they kind of help Ricochet in the way of not making him look weak in defeat. So I think that was a very smart idea. But it kind of killed the enjoyment of the match if you're looking at it as sportsman-like mentality. But I'm going to give it a 3.5 out of 5 stars. Just my viewpoint. I don't think Logan Paul needed a cheat to win this matchup, but he did by using brass knucks at the end of the day. Next match on the card was Brock Lesnar versus Cody Rhodes. Now, I don't know if they were giving us a clue at the end of all this as to why Brock Lesnar was doing what he was doing to Cody all this time from April all the way up to August. But personally, I don't feel it really gave a solid explanation, nor made any sense for him to have to go through 3 different matches, then to show him respect after all that. I personally enjoyed the little story that they were telling in the match. It kind of made up for all the bullshit, but at the same time, it didn't really give us a solid explanation as to why they would want to move forward with these two guys going at it, with all these matches that these two competed in between Backlash, Night of Champions, and SummerSlam. But the story was pretty interesting. Brock Lesnar, though, going ahead, constantly F5ing Cody Rhodes on the outside of the ring, so he wouldn't have to do any more damage to him. He, I guess at this point, was earning some respect. He was respecting Cody for his toughness and everything, but at the end of the day, he felt like he could not beat him legitimately, so he felt, okay, instead of having to inflict so much pain on this guy, why should I go through that and just have him lose on the outside? So he constantly F5ing him on the floor. He F5'd him through the announce table and so forth. And he kept saying, just stay down. For your own well-being, for yourself, just stay down or I'm going to have to do worse. I don't know if this was an intimidation tactic to stop the match. Maybe Brock Lesnar was feeling bad that he was doing what he was doing to him and so forth, and he really at this point has not felt that he needed to do any more damage to this guy. He's proven his point that he is the dominant guy. Cody refused to stay down. He got back in the ring, and they finished the match, and Cody won with 3 crossroads for the victory, the same way he was going to defeat Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, but unfortunately got screwed. So that's really what happened there. After the match was over, they shook hands and so forth. I thought it was respectful, but at the same time, I found it a little silly too, because after all this time, you're really going to just show him respect and basically tell us this was all about Cody earning your respect. Wow. What a fucked up way to earn someone's respect, right? Getting fucked over out of a tag team match, being tossed around like a rag doll the whole time with no explanation as to why the guy hates him so fucking much. And at the end of the day, it was all just about Brock. About Cody earning Brock Lesnar's respect. Now, I will admit this. I was surprised this match was the second match on the card. This was a little shocking to me as well. I thought this match was going to be near to the end, probably around the time just before, like, kind of where the WWE World Heavyweight Championship was placed. So I figured the WWE World title was going to be the first match to go. Then we were going to get the Cody versus Brock match, the Women's Championship, and then the WWE Undisputed Universal title match, but we didn't get it in that kind of order, so I was a bit shocked by that. So yeah, that really kind of threw me off guard. This match, I'm going to give it a 3.5 out of 5 stars as well, because it really did have a good story in the match itself. The build up towards it was just trash. Nothing explained as to why these two men were together, and the only thing that happened was we later find out that it's just all about respect from Brock Lesnar. Okay, whatever. Anyway, moving forward from there, we had the Battle Royal, Slim Jam, SummerSlam Battle Royal deal. This I didn't really pay much attention to. I didn't particularly care for this match all that much. The only thing I cared about was LA Knight winning, which he did. They had Omos in this match. I don't particularly understand what the fuck was the point of him being in this. I don't even know why they have big guys in Battle Royals or Royal Rumbles, because every time that they're in it, they have a group of guys always taking them out and eliminating them. So what's the fucking point? I mean, outside of eliminations that Omos did in the match, I don't particularly give two flying fucks. So what was the point of being in there? So this match, I'm going to give it a 2.5 out of 5 stars. I think the winner was the correct winner, but it doesn't lead to anything. It doesn't help LA Knight become a number one contender of anything. So I don't particularly give a shit. So moving on from there. The next match on the card was MMA Rules between Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey. Ronda Rousey ends up losing to Shayna Baszler by a rear naked choke. This match, it was entertaining. I guess they were trying to deliver a somewhat realistic matchup to their audience as a outside of wrestling type of thing. And since they both were in MMA, they just had them both do it, which I've constantly was asking for a Brock Lesnar Bobby Lashley MMA match, and we never could get that. But to each his own, whatever. This match, I'm giving it a 2.5 out of 5 stars. I mean, it was okay for what it was. The storyline built to it was better than the actual match itself, so that's really all I can say about that, but I'm giving it a 2.5 out of 5 stars. Nothing major happened here that entertained the shit out of me, so I'm not going to say that this was the greatest match I've ever seen in my life. Next up, we actually had Drew McIntyre challenging for the Intercontinental Championship against Gunther. This was actually, it was only like 13 minutes long. But this was actually a solid mid-card match. I found this to be very old school, very classy type of matchup over two grueling guys. They were in that ring, and within that 13 minutes, they really gave us a brutal match right out of the gate. They were both rough on each other, stiff in the ring, and they really kicked each other's ass. I mean, honestly, this was amazing shit, and the ending was actually really good. Basically, they were up on the top rope. Drew McIntyre was going for a suplex. Gunther countered, shoved him, and he fell backwards to the side, landing on his groin. And then after that, he picks up Drew McIntyre, clotheslines him, picks him up after he clotheslines him, and then power bombs him in a pinfall. Fucking awesome. And I mean awesome way to close this match out. I enjoyed this very much. I'm giving it a 4 out of 5 stars. I think the match deserved a little bit longer than 13 minutes, but overall, it was a fucking good matchup for the time that they had. So I'm not going to complain. Again, like I said, 4 out of 5 stars. Very good matchup. Gunther retains clean. So no complaints here. I don't know where they're going from here with Gunther and Drew McIntyre. I hope Drew McIntyre is the guy that dethrones Gunther. There's been people talking about Chad Gable. I mean, that would be an interesting idea. I would like to see Chad Gable play a serious role at this point. He's mostly just been a goofball, which is okay. I mean, he's fun and entertaining, and he makes you laugh. But I would really like to see more along the lines of a serious Chad Gable, because in my mind, if you're going to have somebody beat Gunther, let it be somebody who's serious. Drew McIntyre is more of a serious role, so it is what it is. So following that, we actually had Seth Rollins and Finn Balor for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship match. Folks, this match was far better than their Money in the Bank match. And this match, I'm giving it a 4 out of 5 stars. A lot of confusion going on within the Judgment Day. I don't know why they're being posed as a humongous attraction on Raw and NXT. I mean, I can understand why NXT, because God knows they fucking need the ratings anyway, but nobody still gives a shit about it, probably. Not that I've paid much attention to the ratings. But regardless of all that, the match was awesome. I mean, it felt like the match that they had back in 2016 SummerSlam, which is actually the best match on the entire card back then. This match was not the best match on the card, because there were so many other good matches I enjoyed, but this was right up there with all the other matches. I enjoyed this match very much so. Finn Balor looked like a fucking putz. Damian Priest was trying to assist Finn Balor in all of this. Nothing took place, because at the end of the day, they were having all kinds of communication problems in the middle of this match, trying to win this title away from Seth Rollins. But at the end of the day, Damian Priest threw his Money in the Bank briefcase in there, distracted the referee, and as Finn Balor's trying to crawl over to the briefcase, fucking Seth Rollins saw his opportunity. He's leaned downwards, and he just curb stomps his face right into the fucking briefcase and pins him 1, 2, 3, and that's how the match ends. Seth Rollins leaves the ring with his world title, still your WWE World Heavyweight Champion. Again, it was a very solid matchup, way better than their match at Money in the Bank from last month. I'm giving this a 4 out of 5 stars as well. Very entertaining matchup. 18 plus minutes. They gave them a hell of an amount of time compared to last month's pay-per-view match. So I give WWE some credit for this one. Very good. Damian Priest, though, and Finn Balor, there's some serious, huge problems going on within the Judgment Day, which makes no sense. I don't see why they are looking to dismantle this group. It kind of looks like that's the direction they're going with here, in my own viewpoint. So I'm not really too excited about this. But the match itself was fun. It was hilarious what Finn Balor looked like a fucking... he was all excited. He was like, yeah. The look on his face was like, yeah, I'm going to smash him in the face with this fucking briefcase and win. And while he's going ahead and crawling over there, Seth Rollins just curb stomps his fucking face right into the damn briefcase and wins. What a fucking joke that was. But I still give this match a 4 out of 5 stars. Solid matchup overall. Then we had Bianca Belair, Asuka, and Charlotte Flair for the WWE Undisputed Women's Championship. This matchup, it was decent for a women's match. Charlotte Flair was actually not in the deciding factor of this match. Asuka suffers the L here with a roll-up pinfall. With Asuka missing a kick and pretty much suffers the pinfall and loses. I mean, it was average. I'm giving it a 3 out of 5 stars. Fans weren't too much into it, but I think other matches that came before it really entertained them. They were burnt out, and they just kind of just didn't care for this match. After the match was over and Bianca Belair won, she didn't remain champion, though. Io Sky cashed in on her. Bayley helped her beat up all of the opponents that were in the match for the triple threat. And then Bianca Belair, she suffered a leg issue in the matchup as well. Tried to get back in the match, which she did and won. And then got hit in the back of the leg with a briefcase. And she went ahead, hit her finisher, and won the match altogether, becoming the new WWE Undisputed Women's Champion. Thought that was pretty crazy, not unexpected. It was constantly hinted this was going to happen, and it did. So there you go. Then we had the main event. This match was 36 fucking minutes long. This show, overall, in a nutshell, was way too long for me. That's why I did not give you guys a review immediately after the show was over. The show ended at like almost 12 o'clock in the morning. I was burnt out from this fucking show. I just wanted to spend some time with my girl and relax and just do it the next day, which is what I'm doing right now. 36 fucking minutes of nonstop beating the shit out of each other throughout the entire matchup. It was good, but I gotta be honest. The ending was absolutely fucking ridiculous. Absolutely fucking ridiculous. We couldn't have just a one-on-one match between Roman and Jey Uso for the WWE Undisputed Universal Championship. We couldn't just have that kind of match just take place. Let it be what it is and move forward from there. We couldn't have done that. We couldn't have just Roman beat him clean. We had to have him cheat to win. I mean, he already had the ability to do whatever the fuck he wanted at ringside with any weapon he could possibly want. He had to have Solo Sikoa get involved. And after he got past Solo Sikoa, Jey Uso hit Roman with a fucking spear and then a top rope splash, and then his brother Jimmy Uso, for no apparent reason at all, broke the cover, screwed his brother over, super kicked Jey Uso in the face, threw him back in the ring. Roman hits him with a spear through a fucking table, and Jey Uso standing there like a fucking klutz going, what the hell just happened, in shock. And he just gets speared through a fucking table in the corner of the ring, and Roman pins him 1, 2, 3, and that's how the match ends. I'm going, what the fuck did I just see here? I could understand Solo Sikoa, and even that pissed me off, but still, it made sense. But what the hell is Jimmy Uso going ahead and getting in the middle of this match, costing his brother after last month he was spending it trying to help him defeat Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa, and then all of a sudden he reverts back to Roman Reigns and his brother Solo Sikoa. Like, where does this make any fucking sense? He didn't do anything to Jimmy Uso. Jey Uso didn't do anything to him. Fucking Roman turned on them, beat the shit out of them, got them hurt, or at least Jey Uso got hurt, and he's the one that gets screwed? And supposedly, I guess it wasn't even a true injury because they claim his return to pro wrestling was doubtful. So none of it made any fucking sense to me, and it really pissed me the fuck off. I give this match a 3.5 out of 5 stars. The story was awesome, but still, at this end of the day, where the fuck does this make sense? What is this, some sort of cliffhanger that goes round and round? Like, who the fuck is this shit? Get to the damn point of this. Roman was beat, plain and fucking simple. I don't know what you guys thought about the ending of this fucking show, but I gotta admit, it was fucking ridiculous. It makes absolutely no sense. It sounds like a gosh darn soap opera. We're going round and round, and where it stops, nobody fucking knows. Personally, I was a little disappointed. I mean, if Roman was going to win, have him win, but don't have fucking Jimmy Uso be the reason for why Roman Reigns retains his title and screws over Jey Uso from winning. Clearly, the match was in Jey Uso's favor near the end of this, and he gets fucked. So, my attitude is that was a fucking shitty-ass way to end the show. Overall, the show was good, and it was a solid, entertaining pay-per-view, but I just did not like the ending with Jimmy Uso coming in there. It makes no sense to me personally, and that's why I'm shitting on the ending of this pay-per-view. But that's pretty much that, guys. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed to the channel, and leave a comment down below. I'll definitely get back to you on that. Thank you guys very much for watching, and have a great night, guys. Bye.